Okay, so picture this. You've spent weeks, maybe even months, pouring everything your company has into a government proposal. It's perfect. It tells your story. But what really happens the moment you hit submit? Let's dive into this because the reality is a high-stakes gauntlet that starts with a stopwatch.
10 minutes. Yep, that's it. That's the shocking amount of time a government contracting officer, or CO, probably spends on their initial pass of your proposal. All that work, all that passion, it all gets filtered through this tiny 10-minute window. So what on earth are they actually doing in that time?
And this just perfectly shows the disconnect, right? On one side, you've got hundreds of hours of your team's best work. On the other, an evaluator with a giant stack of proposals. Now, this isn't about being unfair. It's about efficiency. A single CO might be juggling dozens of procurements at once. Their job is to find the best proposal, and to do that, they have to run a pretty brutal triage process. Your job is to survive it. So where do they start? If you think it's that beautifully crafted cover letter or the amazing executive summary you rewrote a dozen times, you're in for a surprise. Their first stop reveals the secret to the entire process. That's right. They just skip it, at least for now. And why? Because in this first phase, they are not reading to understand. They are scanning for compliance. It's a totally different mindset. They aren't looking for your story just yet. They're looking for answers. This right here, the single idea, is the secret that changes everything. Your proposal isn't a novel to be enjoyed. It's an exam to be graded. And the CO's first mission isn't to read your pitch, it's to build their answer key. And here's exactly how they build it. They go straight to the government's own rulebook. Before they even glance at your solution, they're making a mental checklist based on two critical sections of the solicitation, Section L and Section M. Think of it this way. Section L lays out the rules of the game, page limits, font, file types. Section M is the scoring rubric, literally the list of questions on the test. And this whole structured process isn't just to make their life easier, it's to create a fair, defensible evaluation that can stand up to scrutiny and avoid any legal protests. It is all about objectivity. So, once that mental scorecard is built, the next phase kicks off. This is the fastest, most ruthless part of the review. And honestly, it's where a lot of otherwise strong proposals meet a very early end. Welcome to the compliance check. We're talking less than 5 minutes here. This is not a deep dive, it's a rapid-fire elimination round. Remember that huge stack of proposals? The CO is looking for the easiest, most objective reasons to toss yours in the no pile and just shrink that stack on their desk. And what gets you knocked out? Well, it can be something as simple as the wrong font or going just one page over the limit. Maybe you forgot a signature or even used an old template. To you, these might seem like tiny little details, but to the CO, they're tripwires. They signal, fairly or not, that you can't follow basic instructions. This is a direct quote from a seasoned CO. And wow, it's a gut punch. Just imagine having the best technical solution, the best price, but getting eliminated because of a file format. That's how brutally black and white this compliance check is. It's the first gate, and it is locked up tight. Okay, so you've made it. You survived the compliance check. You passed the first test. Now, in the few minutes they have left, the CO is hunting for one thing and one thing only. They're looking for the reason to keep reading. They're looking for your differentiator. So a discriminator isn't just a win theme or some vague marketing claim. No, it's a specific, evidence-backed reason why you are uniquely qualified to solve their problem in a way your competitors just can't. Let's look at a really clear example. We have 20 years of experience. I mean, that's not a discriminator. So what? Your competitors probably do too. But this delivered 97% on time across 14 DoD task orders with 0 complaints. Now that is specific, it's quantified, and it's compelling. It's not just experience, it's proof of excellent performance. That's what grabs a CO's attention. Seeing the gauntlet from their side of the desk really changes everything, doesn't it? It means you can't just write a good proposal, you have to write a winnable one. And it all comes down to an actionable pre-writing checklist. These are the steps you have to take before you even type a single paragraph. It all boils down to 3 absolutely critical questions. If you can answer these with a confident yes, you're not just writing a proposal, you're engineering it to win from the very first page. First up, does your proposal structure mirror Section M? Remember, it's scored, not read. You need to use headings and subheadings that literally echo the evaluation criteria. Make it effortless for the CO to go down their checklist and give you the points you deserve. Second, have you done your own brutal compliance check against Section L? Seriously, don't wait for the CO to find your mistakes. Have someone on your team play the bad guy and try to disqualify your proposal on a technicality. It's so much better to find the mistake yourself than have them find it for you.
And finally, can you state your core differentiator in a single sentence? Not a paragraph, a sentence. If you can't articulate your unique value that clearly, how can you possibly expect a time-crunch CO to figure it out for you?
So the next time you're building a proposal, remember this. You're not writing a story hoping to charm them. You're taking an open book exam where they've already given you the questions and the scoring rubric. Your only job is to provide clear, compliant, and compelling answers.